just a minute too. So.
All right, Hazel's attacking me. What do you want? What you want?
Oh look, you playing with your dog, ain't you?
She came up here and started kissing me for some reason. What is it? You knocked the thing out my ear.
Does that mean you're
Okay.
kissable? Hello, can you hear me, Sierra?
Yes.
I said,
Thank
does
you.
that mean you're kissable?
Yeah, I guess so. I guess so. Okay, you can move now. Thank you.
So we are definitely live. Let me first say hello. It's Friday. You know, we done got past our Tuesday, our fun Will and Jada talk. You know what I'm saying? We had fun with y'all on that day. We do have a guest in the house today, but we're gonna start with her so that way she can introduce herself and then find out how her week went.
Uh-oh.
How you doing, Miss Lady? We're gonna let you introduce yourself. I'm not gonna introduce you.
Listen.
Tell us well, before you introduce yourself. Tell us just a little bit about you, like, because you're probably the only one on the podcast that's ever been in that's actually from another state other than Jay, which was from Florida.
Okay.
You're not from another state, but you live in another state.
Yeah, I was about to say, I'm from Texas. Listen, first of all, I went to school with Sierra, and I went to school with you, Thomas. We went to college together. We were in theater.
That's right. We sure did. We sure did go to college together.
Come on, Thomas. What are you doing?
I didn't know you took theater time. What?
I took stagecraft, which was building the sets over there at TCC South Campus.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Hey man, I'll be honest with you. To watch a play come in full circle is one of the most powerful things you can ever do.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Because a stage and pick life. I mean, most stage plays and pick life.
Yeah.
And the reality of it is to see it from start to finish to actually, I didn't get to see much of the rehearsals, but to see it come after the rehearsals is done and they put on the grand performance, it's something. It is something really worth it. But you're right, you did go to school with us.
Yep, and as quiet as it's kept, a lot of those plays without stagecraft wouldn't have been as great. I'm just going to put that out there. Acting was great, right? You can monologue your ass off, whatever you want to do, but at the end of the day, the way the stage looks is important. So, yeah, I went to college with Thomas. So that's how I know Thomas. I went to school with CC. Thanks for having me. Y'all can call me Alex. You'll see Alexandria probably at the bottom of the screen. That is my name on Facebook too, as well. I'm on the East Coast, so there is a little bit of a time difference. So you'll see the sun drop behind me before it drops where you're at. But yeah, I'm about an hour and a half from New York, Manhattan, and then about an hour from Center City, Philadelphia. Yeah, it's the trenches.
So before we even get started there, I got a real question because you're definitely from Texas. You're a good old Texas girl, and now that you're on the East
Texas
Coast,
girl.
Is men on the East Coast different than men in the South?
Hell yes. And this is no shade, no tea to my East Coast men. I'm just saying, you Southern gentlemen, boy, I appreciate you so much more. These men are rough, okay? They rough, and
Are you serious? So
for good reason.
You telling me that East Coast men are way more rough than Texas and down south men?
Absolutely. That Southern gentleman is a real thing. Y'all don't listen. At the end of the day, if you ever get a chance, my advice to everyone is that you get out and travel, okay? There's some sacrifices you might have to make because traveling is expensive. So if you can get past, some of the bougie ways that society has placed on us, like we got to travel first class, we got to do this, that. If you can get past that and, deal with a layover and deal with, trying to fit all your clothes in a carry-on, do it. If you don't have, you can travel with kids, but if you don't have kids right now, that's my best advice to everyone is get out and experience other cultures, different people. Even just in the United States, from the East to the West Coast, is completely different. Southern gentleman is a real thing.
So let me ask you a question. Financially wise, are the men down there handling their business more than the men in the South?
Not necessarily. I think it would be about the same. I think it's the person, right? You can, if you're not a hustler, then, and if you're not about, making things better for yourself, then that doesn't have to do with where you're from. That's just you as a person, and that you can't never change, in my opinion. So
y'all see Alex. She's from here, but she's definitely living on the East Coast, and we're proud of her because, like I say, a lot of us don't get out of Texas much, but to move out of Texas, go so far to the east. I mean, she's way to the east. You know what I'm saying? To go that far. Let me ask you a question. How'd your week go?
you mean after Will and Jada?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm still shocked. No, I mean, as far as, the day to day, I work from home. That's pretty cool. Work out, do stuff like that. It's pretty,
Just normal.
Yeah. Nothing exciting.
So you work
people
from home.
might think.
Do you get out much down there though?
Not with the cold.
Oh, is it still cold down there?
Yes.
They
Oh,
just have
I
the cold front.
I gotta go to the east. Yeah,
It snowed. It snowed on like Wednesday for like, not snowed, but it flurried a little bit. But right now it's what, 45 degrees.
Oh no. Oh no.
It's cold.
Oh, no.
And it'll be like that probably to the end of April before it really starts consistently warming up.
Shut up. Are you serious? So when does it start getting cold there?
I would say October, beginning of
Oh,
October.
y'all got a cold. God dang, October to April, that's like 6 months.
Mm-hmm. That's the one thing about the East Coast. You will see all 4 seasons. You do get to experience fall.
We get 2 days, sometimes a week.
That's what I miss. I miss it.
We get chilly, you know what I'm saying? We don't get cold like y'all get. That freezing shit, that snowing shit. No, y'all get that shit too much. That's too much.
Mm-hmm.
That's the reason why we don't go to the East right there.
I don't blame you.
Sarah, how was your week up there? I mean, I'm sorry, Miss Misfit.
They know my name by now.
I gotta get you.
No, my bad.
It's okay.
Y'all should have taught me etiquette. I didn't know I was supposed to call you by your screen name. My bad. It's Misfit, y'all.
Mm-hmm. Cough. No, my week was actually really great. I got some great news, so I'll be sharing that with you all later. But yeah, it's pretty good.
That's what's up. We do got a good topic, and of course, I told y'all the other day we're gonna let the women start today's topic out. Guys are gonna definitely come later. Today we're talking about the infamous interview that everybody say that we go on our first date. That infamous interview. What does it look like? Why is it important? What are some of the questions that are asked? All of that should be covered today, I hope. But we got a guest on the panel, so we're gonna start and be very, 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 very polite and let our guest start today on this subject if she's prepared already.
Oh yeah.
So I'm gonna leave it up for a second for the viewers coming in. That way they can see what it is.
Okay. Yeah, I'm ready. I even took notes.
I'm taking notes right now, so I'm a mute unless it's something important I gotta say. Go ahead and mute Miss Fit. We're gonna let her have it. Let me hear how this interview process is for you. It might be the first day. It might be the second day. I don't know when you start your interview process with somebody.
I mean,
so let's start there.
Yeah, I mean, that's a great question, right? So when do you start an interview process? I mean, as soon as you meet the person, I would hope. Now, let me tread lightly here because, listen, I've not always been perfect. I have been that one to start an interview mid-relationship and be like, this ain't it, okay? And as I've gotten older, I've had to slow things down a bit and start going, okay, something ain't working, right? Because of the one thing that, us women do too often is go, what is it about me? Da, 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 da. We go on and on about, talking to our besties, like, not another one, without failing to realize that we have a problem with choosing the same men, okay? And a lot of that starts with, again, doing that interview mid-relationship. So Now I hope, and from what I've learned, we start that right away. I mean, from the first interaction, right? The exchange of numbers, the text conversations, right? Am I going to consider to even go on a first date with this person? Those are the things that you need to start asking right yourself, right?
So let me ask you a question when you say when you say if you even go on a date, because a lot of our women in the past have said they do background checks.
That's ridiculous to me, if I'm being honest. What the hell am I going to do a background check for? What am I looking for? That's the question. What am I looking for?
Well, I mean, some people say, first off, to find out if the guy's lying, to see if if he might have a wife. You know what I'm saying? And also to see, if he's lying, maybe if he's ever been convicted or anything like that. I mean, women got children nowadays, so they worry about, a lot of things like that. And I don't knock them for it, but at the same time, I think it's a little crazy myself, so to actually have to go through search engines just to find out about somebody you're thinking about dating.
Listen, women are very smart. We all know that. We're very intuitive. As soon as you text somebody, remember, I just said the interview process starts at that exchange, that text message, that conversation on the phone. When somebody's lying. When somebody is occupied with someone else's time. It is what it is. I mean, come on. We grown. This ain't some high school mess. You know what I mean? Okay? Without even having to do a background check, right? Social media, hell, you don't even have to do a background check, waste your money, waste your time. Put his name in the search engine. He posted up with somebody
let me ask you a question.
Or not.
So when you say that, do you judge men off their page? Like, if certain shit is on there, it's automatic no for you?
I mean, meaning provocative picture. Meaning what?
This. Okay. If you're a Fortune 500 company and I come to you and I apply my resume, you're gonna probably do background check, all that stuff that you need to do to make sure I'm working for your Fortune 500 company. With Fortune 500 company, if they see one thing that they don't like on your Facebook page, it's a no right off the bat. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no changing it. They probably won't even call you to come in for the actual interview. That shit's been crossed out. You know what I'm saying? Is it some of those things that you can see on this Facebook do the same thing in dating with you women?
I mean, you have to ask yourself, okay, what is the thing that I'm looking at that I may or may not agree with? And then ask the damn question. If you don't like something you see, ask them, right? Hey, how do you feel about, someone overly showing you attention on social media? He'll tell you because he won't know necessarily that you are asking these questions based on what you saw on his social media page. And you can save yourself some time, especially, again, I don't have kids, so I can't speak for women with kids. And I do understand that they have to protect their children, and I get it. But speaking for myself, someone who doesn't have kids, and the way I just operate in my everyday work life, I just ask a question. If I see something that I may not necessarily agree with or I don't like, all you have to do is ask the question. Again, we're grown, right? You're going to get your answer. You're going to be able to have dialogue with someone and see where they are at mentally, right? And be able to judge for yourself. And at that point, you can go, either I'm with it or I'm not with it. I'm moving on, period. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Let
me ask you a question. So if you got past the Facebook, you got past the, okay, I'm willing to give him a shot. Now, how does that real interview now you done got past all that. Now we're ready for the interview. I'm ready for a sit down. I'm ready for dinner with you.
Got it.
How does that look for you?
Great question. So it's so funny you bring up an interview with a Fortune 500 company, right? It's the same thing. And I have it in my notes here too. The same way I treat a first date, okay, is the same way I would treat an interview. A lot of people not going to agree with me. Not a lot of people going to agree with me. And again, it took me a while to get to this way of thinking, okay? And what I mean by that, self-reflection. And it's myself. I ask questions to myself, same way I would for a job interview. Is this job for me? Can I meet the job description? Do I meet the job requirements? Same thing when I'm, going on a first date. Am I ready to date? Can I keep an open mind, understand that every man is not the same based on my past experiences? What questions will I ask him? What is the end goal? Is it a second date? I mean, most people that go on a first date, the goal is just to secure a second date.
What are those questions? Alex, I ain't gonna let you get past it. What do those questions look like?
What do you mean?
You said if I ask questions to him, what kind of questions would you?
No, those are not questions to him. This is before I even say yes to going on a date with this man. Okay? I'm not gonna waste his time.
So you've already asked tons of questions before you even go on the first date. So like
absolutely.
You did a phone text message / messenger interview to start out the process.
Yeah. From the jump. I mean, at the end of the day, time is valuable. But again, I don't want it to seem like this is I'm coming down on the man type of thing. Like I said, before I even say yes to this man, I have also interviewed myself in my red tee for this interview with him. Okay. Some of these questions I just read off are questions I'm asking myself and not necessarily him, because it does us no good if I go into this interview with past experiences, placing that on him. It's not going to work. See what I'm saying? So again,
definitely okay with that.
Again, treating the first date as if I was going on a job interview. If I was interviewing with the Fortune 500 company, I'm doing self-reflection first. Am I ready? Do I have questions? What are my closing statements? All of this stuff, right? Otherwise, it's a waste of time. And you wasting someone else's time that could really be looking for a relationship with someone or looking to date someone. That's not fair, right?
So let me ask you a question. What is your interview process for?
What do you mean?
What position is the interviewing for?
I mean, at the end of the day, the age I'm at, 31, I'm trying to find a husband. I'm gonna be honest with you. Not everybody. Now, listen, everybody on this live, I know y'all gonna come for me and be like, she's giving the pick me mentality. Listen. This is what I want. This might not necessarily be what everybody else wants. Okay. Y'all might have different goals.
So your job is interviewing for a husband. You interviewing for husband material.
Absolutely. I'm 31. Y'all.
So now, I asked you that for a purpose.
Uh-huh.
What does husband material looks like to you?
I am so glad you asked that. Enter our first date. Okay. Is he a leader? Okay. Does he know when?
Now, before you tell me how you know he's a leader on the first date.
For example, well, let me finish because I have a backing statement to that.
Okay.
Is he a leader?
Cool. Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, it's okay. Is he a leader? And does he know when not to lead? Perfect example. Okay. Because I've seen it on dates I've been on. Server come to the table. He orders first. I'm okay with that. Doesn't bother me. But then the man proceeds to order for me. Okay, well, he showed a leader mentality, but he also showed me that he didn't know how to take the back seat and let me order for myself. Does that make sense?
Well, I'll be honest. If this is our first date, I think that's the dumbest thing any man could ever do if this is our first date.
It's happened.
For a woman. Because at the end of the day, you don't know what she really likes. Like true, like a few things. Y'all might have conversated. Yes, she like chicken. Yes, she likes some steak, but you don't truly know how she like everything.
Well, no, even better. Let's not talk about food. Let's talk about drinks. What if I didn't want to drink? What if I didn't drink? You don't know that, but you ordered me a martini. And say if I did like to drink, how do you know I like them?
You told me in your text message that if you get a couple drinks in you, anything might happen. So I'm trying to get those drinks in you. You know what I'm saying?
I'm done.
I'm just saying that you know how it's me and think, we thinking like, say, get them drinks, let's get them rolling early. But you all right, that's embarrassing, like like you said, that is taking too much of a leadership role. You need to step back and allow her. Once you get to know her and y'all done had a few dates, that's different. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
different.
Oh, I know she like Long Island iced tea. So she's at the restroom. Hey, I ordered you a Long Island iced tea already.
That's
I
different.
understand.
But like I
So finish up the rest of the requirements for husband. I'm sorry. I'm glad we got on that leadership. Now you made me understand the difference of what you mean by leadership out there. How you can see that on the first date. Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. You can see small attribute, like, how can I say this? I can't find the word, but there's small things that'll let you know. They're not big
You
things.
can see small attributes.
Exactly. But again, on a first date, you're not looking for big things, but small things. It's important, right? Does he look presentable? This is a problem, I feel like, and I'm gonna get into it, because I don't want y'all to think that my definition of presentable is he got $20,000 watch, Gucci belt. That stuff doesn't impress me. You could have, something from Target on, for all I give a damn, as long as you look presentable. Okay. And that's important to me. I'm going to tell you why. Because if for whatever reason we go to conduct business together, we decide one day, babe, we want to build this, we want to talk business with somebody, and you come in looking any kind of way, even if we go to, church together, whatever, you come in looking any kind of way, it's just out for me. It really is, because it's just like, you don't care. That's what it says to me, is you just don't care. If you don't care about your physical appearance, then I'm sorry, I can't teach you to care.
Well, we all know. We talk about the Fortune 500 company. We know that you can't walk into a Fortune 500 company interview any kind of way.
And again, you don't have to look, like I said, you don't have to have the most expensive stuff on. Again, I'm not impressed with that. In fact, in most cases, that turns me off with all the name brand stuff, knowing what I know about the amount of debt people are in America. That scares me a little bit. You got fancy ass tastes that I don't necessarily care to keep up with, because that means you might or may not, require that of me. And that's just not who I am. So Again, look presentable. Okay. It doesn't have to be fancy, but it has to look decent. Come on. And there's been cases where it'd be looking real crazy. Is he on time? Is he on time? Is he on time? Is he on time? Now, this is a sticky subject, because people are probably like, what do you mean? Girl, stop. This ain't no real interview. No, time is very important. So much so that you don't get it back, right? Right now, the last few minutes I've been talking, I'll never be able to rewind and get this time back, right? Now, on the flip side, I also require the same thing from myself. Again, these are the pre-interview questions I ask myself. Make sure you're on time. Can you be on time? What does your schedule look like? Because it shows, again, if you're late, you don't give a damn. There's no respect. If a man tells me to be ready by 8 o'clock, I'm ready by 7:50, getting ready to walk out the door when he pulls up. And I expect the same in return. Again, if we ever decide to go to a friend's wedding, go to, church, I don't like to be late. I'm not late in life, and I don't like them to be late. So that's what I look for. In terms of like the date itself, everybody's on time, looks presentable, all of those things. We at the table. Does he listen? And does he, is he attentive, right? Is he engaged in our conversation, or is he on the phone, on social media? Because you could have did that at home, okay? And I will return the same respect. Again, everything that I'm asking for, I understand, and I also abide by the expectations I'm placing upon the person I'm on a first date with. So, again, I covered, does he lead? Is he a leader? Is he motivated and inspired? That's important. I get inspired and motivated off of what he's inspired and motivated about.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. So we covered most of your interview. What is the most important question you feel like you can ask him in that interview?
I mean,
remember, you done most of your homework on them, so obviously a candidate. You know what I'm saying? Or he wouldn't be sitting down across from you in the first place. Because that's how women work. That's definitely how women work. Y'all got it. I know from talking to all these women all this time before, y'all normally don't go on a date unless you've already qualified it. I'm just
you heard me.
Hell,
I qualified myself.
Whether it's Googling them online or whether it's like you said, looking on his Facebook or texting them and getting to know them a little bit before you ever give them that opportunity to take you out in public. Because obviously, women, y'all know y'all worry about more about image than anybody. You know what I'm saying? You ain't just gonna go out there with no bum ass dude gonna act any kind of way with y'all. You know what I'm saying? So that's just I'm not gonna say all of y'all. Most women, but understand. Again, I put women up here and the ones who carry around with that extra bullshit I put down here. So understand that. Women normally don't put up with that. A real woman. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I said, well, before y'all go out on a date, y'all normally have them qualified. So what is the most important question you could ask that qualified man at that table? That's a guy, because everybody got that one question that they gotta have that's an automatic X and no that's gonna keep you going.
I have one question, but I'm not gonna say that.
No, girl, you know we don't hold nothing back, don't we?
Nope, not gonna do it. You're not gonna trap me. Nope.
Rock, man, tell her to ask the question. Rock, man, you done been on it this long. Don't be over there quiet, bro. Tell her to answer the question. You ain't there, Rock? He probably
he ain't even paying attention. Listen, jeez. There's not a I do have one question, but I can't ask that.
When we get off air, you gonna ask that question. I remember that question. When we get off air, you gonna ask that question. I gotta know. Because at the end of the day, I know everybody got to qualify. Everybody got one question that automatically disqualifies everybody if they answer the wrong way. Period.
I'll say this. Aside from that question, because this question is kind of a lot of people won't agree with it, and I don't even know necessarily that I agree with the question I would ask. So that's number one. Number two, I would say this. I wouldn't say that it's a specific question that I would ask, because a specific question doesn't do it for me. That doesn't put him out of the running. Whatever that question is doesn't necessarily put him out of the running. Because if he's a good man and he possesses all the qualities that I mentioned and it can check all the boxes, I'm okay, because I do understand now, whereas I didn't in my 20s so much, that some sacrifices got to be made, okay? And you're not going to always meet 100% of your long list of expectations.
Well, hold up. Let me say something to you, Miss Alex, because you ain't gonna be. I'm definitely not gonna let you tiptoe around what you just said. So you said if he's a good man, he meet up all the way. You know, because all our ladies on here, they've always said before, if that nigga is not throwing something in the bed and eating some pussy, that nigga gonna get kicked to the side.
I mean, honestly, you can have the best sex in the world. That does not mean that he can meet all of these qualities.
But hold up, you can be the best man in the world, but if you don't know how to have it at all, you ain't gonna have no woman either.
You can teach that, though. That's the thing.
No, sometimes you can't.
Yeah, you can. We can do sex classes. Listen, at the end of the day, you can have the best dick in the mouth in the world. All that tells me is that you could also, if you sorry in all these other areas, can be given the good dick and the good mouth to somebody else. I don't have time for that. Okay. Period. Some people will disagree with me, and that's okay.
I'm telling you what a lot of women say. Women say, you know, one of their biggest things is, you know, some women say the reason why they cheat is because their husband ain't that good. You know what I'm saying? And they don't communicate
I don't know about that. I would also counter that and be like, what else he ain't good at? Because it ain't just the bed shit.
That's a good one.
You get what I'm saying? At the end of the day, sex is something that can be fixed, period. Whether that be enhancement drugs or sex workshops, whatever the hell y'all into, whatever y'all need to work on, that can be fixed.
What's enhancement drug? Crystal, we gotta get some of that. He says some enhancement drug. You know we free anyway.
Whatever. I'm just saying stuff like that. What you can't teach and what you can't fix is him not being a leader, him not listening, him not being able to take the back seat when it's time for you to lead in some instances. you can't change a man not listening. There's several things. You get what I'm saying? Sex is not, it's not all about just sex. And I think that's what's the problem is, because those same women will be like, oh, why me? Why do I keep finding the same men? Well, sis, at what point do you go, is it me? What am I placing the importance in? Right?
So you told us pretty much how your interview go. You said there's not nothing to get disqualified on. So if he checks off all the boxes, he would definitely get more than one date.
We'd be on a second date. That's the second interview.
Okay. So there's more than one interview.
Absolutely.
It keeps on going.
I mean, think about it. Ask yourself that question. What you gonna do? Marry me after the first date? We gonna be in a relationship? Hell no. You're gonna want to go on a second date, learn more about me.
Okay. So and you said you was interviewing for a husband, so I'm gonna go over to Sierra.
I'm different though.
Coming first.
Not every woman's interviewing for a husband, y'all.
Okay. Well, we know that. We know every woman ain't interviewing her husband. Trust me.
Everyone's interview is different based on what the goal is, right? In every interview, there's an end goal. What's that end goal? I don't know. I know mine.
Let me ask you one question before we move on and go to Sierra. Would you ever propose to a man?
No. I'm out.
Okay. Don't say nothing else. I just want to ask you. It'll come back up later on. Sierra.
Listen, at the end of the day, wait, hold on. Misfit, let me finish. Wait a minute. Let me just add on to that. Listen, the one thing I know about a man is if he ain't ready, he ain't ready. And for me to propose to him, I just feel like he not ready. And I don't want to put him in a position where he feel like he have to say yes so he don't embarrass my ass. That's just my opinion. Okay. It could completely be wrong, and I'm open to constructive criticism or anyone else's opinion if y'all feel like y'all need to be proposed to. But I'm traditional in that sense, and I won't do it. I'm sorry.
So, again, everybody knows these are opinions, so they better not take it personal, and they can't come with nobody on the panel anyway. We're gonna get on their ass. Hey Rock, hey Suave, how y'all doing today, man? We ain't got a chance to speak to y'all today, man. How y'all doing? You there, Suave? You there, Rock? I see you there, but you ain't said nothing. Well, we're gonna move on to Sierra, so you get ready. He'll be here in just a minute. Sierra, you had a week to get all your stuff ready to tell me how this interview process goes.
I sure have, and I've thought about it several times because this goes a lot of ways. For me, your interview starts as you approach me, because I automatically get the vibe when you're about to approach me. So I'm checking you out up on approach. Like Alex said, it starts at the exchange. And my first question to you is, why do you want my number?
Why I want your number?
Mm-hmm.
Because you fired a motherfucker. I don't know shit else about you. What else can I tell you? I'm not going to lie to you. I'm like Swab said all the time, he'll cry to you before he lie to you.
Well, if I get that response, you're not getting my number.
Why not? That's a compliment. Ain't no compliment.
It's a disrespectful compliment because you curse.
Okay. Well, you are a beautiful young lady.
I thank you. And what else?
I ain't gonna get your number still. I ain't gonna get your number still.
I said yes, but what else do you see?
Oh, you got a nice ass.
Goodbye. You're dismissed.
See, that's what I'm talking about. If we honest, and y'all still gonna kick us to the curb, we might be a good man, like Alex said. You ain't even gave me the real interview question. Like, at least I'm gonna be honest with you. I ain't gonna lie to you. At least I'm gonna tell you the truth. I'm not gonna sit up there and say, oh, because I want to be your husband.
I don't want you to say
Nigga,
that.
I don't even know.
That's gonna run me away too.
Your
no, just the way you respond to my general vibe has lots to do with whether you get the number or you get a text message. So I could take your number, sure, but you may not get that first text message.
Okay.
And the interview process begins as a conversation. It's not. I don't like to make it seem like it's an interrogation. So it's like, okay.
Okay. So how do you? Okay. What do you mean you don't want to make it like it's an interrogation? If you're asking me a ton of questions, it's gonna be like an interrogation.
No, that's why I make it a conversation. I ask you, tell me about yourself, and from that, I can nitpick. Like, okay, so your childhood was like this, or you grew up this way. So just the fluid conversation tells me a lot about you without me having to ask questions.
Okay, I can see
Hell,
that.
is he articulate? Can you carry on a conversation?
Yeah.
That's all.
Yes. If you're speaking a language I don't understand,
then I'm sorry. And it's not being mean. It's just we're not gonna have a lot in common.
Exactly.
And you're gonna end up not liking me anyway. So again, time is valuable.
And I'm also judging your intelligence.
Can I ask both of y'all questions? When y'all ask a lot of men questions, do y'all get a lot of actual answers back?
Yes.
I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you. In that first interaction, like the exchange of a number, I don't ask too many questions. That's what the first, couple texts, phone conversations, and even the first date is for, because it's really hard to know and judge someone off the first interaction. That's why I said articulate. If he can say, hey, I saw that you were over here, I'd like to get to know you. Can I get your number?
Mm-hmm.
Boom, we good.
Yep.
He don't, like I said, he don't have to be the best looking. That was the old me. That was the old toxic me, where he had to look a certain way, dress in way. That's trash. That's why I'm 31, single, no kids, not married. You see what I'm saying? Talking about I want a husband and all this in my 20s. You get what I'm saying? A lot of the reason where I'm at right now is because of that type of mentality. So I had to dial that back. So now, as long as he can articulate, short, sweet, simple, to the point, I'm okay with that. He doesn't have to be the best looking, doesn't have to have the nicest thing on. You don't even have to drive the nicest car, believe it or not. Again, all of those things can be fixed. All of those things we can do together. Okay, you want to dress nice? You want to get the nice, name brand, finest BMW? Babe, we can work toward that. That's later, okay? That's material, okay? So that's just my take on that first.
Okay, so Sierra, what's your take on
that? No, you don't have to have a nice car, and all of that. But I do expect you to still open my door. I expect you to pull out my chair. I expect you to show me.
So let me ask you a question. We go on our first date. If I don't pull out your chair for you, it's a done deal.
It's not a deal breaker, but it shows me that to you, chivalry is dead.
But you do know every woman doesn't deserve a chair to be pulled out, right?
Well,
I'm just being 100. I mean, it's our first date. I don't even know if you worthy to be having a chair pulled. You might have that mother be pulled completely out up underneath your ass.
Look, if we've been having a conversation,
pulled out for you, I don't know about that.
If we've been having a conversation up until the first date, you should know whether or not I'm worthy.
I respect that.
I should.
Yes.
I should.
Yes, especially if the conversation is like,
come on. Yeah.
You know what I'm trying to say, Alex.
Yes. Come on. Y'all men ain't stupid. Listen. No. I see you shaking your head, Enrique. Listen, I'm not saying I don't know if you agree or disagree, but what I'm saying is y'all men are smart. You know when you're dealing with a certain type of woman from the first, even from when y'all talking. You do. You know what
Alex,
you know if she worthy or not.
Alex, I normally would agree with you, but I met some women that I pull chairs out for later that I want to jump the chair at later also. So you gotta understand, just what I seen at first, I gotta let my eyes actually see it real good before I actually just pull out chairs for it.
This is before that. This is way before the chair pulling out. The fact that you would even pull the chair out is that you would know before the date even happened, right? Whether or not in that initial conversation, you know, y'all men know, stop playing. Y'all know the type of female, you know, because y'all always talk about how, listen, I know when somebody is smash and pass, and I know when somebody wife material. Typically, you know that on a phone conversation and in text nowadays, and even social media. Because I'm sure the same way we look at y'all social media, y'all look at ours.
We'll probably have
and if I'm on there half naked and I'm entertaining comments with a bunch of men, y'all usually put 2 and 2 together. And then at that point, I understand not pulling a chair out come the first date.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all know, come on.
You know, class
I'm
versus
holding myself accountable on this, and I'm asking y'all to too.
Okay. Well, we listen to you because again, we not talking to you ladies get done. We're gonna let Sierra finish. We not us men are giving y'all the floor the first half of the show today because the second half is all ours. As y'all see, nephew has his cup back in his hand. He's chilling today, so you know he got something to say.
Of course, I expect it.
So Sierra, you still got a few minutes. Go ahead, finish on up. Tell us what their date look like. Go on, tell us some questions.
Oh.
Is there a deal breaker? Is there a deal breaker question? Because she said there wasn't an actual deal breaker question for her right off the bat like that. But is there a deal breaker question for you?
Yes, if they're against me having kids.
How the fuck I'm be against you having kids? We just having a date here. We ain't even fucked yet.
We don't have to.
Yeah, many kids you motherfucker want to. We just date. We just went on a date, sweetheart. You talking about having kids and shit.
No.
This is the first date shit.
Yes, it's the first date. But if you don't want kids, it's a problem for me since I already have a daughter. That's a deal breaker.
Girl, you gonna get artificially inseminated. We'll work that shit out.
Oh, no, but he may not want kids. We're already there or not.
Well, so we just have to have a Will and Jada relationship.
Oh my God, no. It doesn't get that good. No, it's not going that far.
You gonna have kids, then we still gonna be married. We good. I'm just fucking with y'all. Let me leave y'all alone. Let me leave Will alone. Let me leave Will alone. Let Will go heal.
He's never gonna.
He better move up to Bel Air. He better move up there to Bel Air with the rest of the motherfuckers. They better stop fighting and shit. So there's no so there is that is your deal breaker question.
That's my deal breaker.
So because you want more kids.
Not because I want more kids, because you don't want kids.
What if he already got like 6 motherfucking badass rugrats that don't want more motherfuckers?
That's different.
Not 6.
Exactly.
Somebody was trying to say something.
Rock.
Who said something?
Nah, go ahead.
Okay, so keep on going. You got your deal breaker question. Go right ahead.
So then it just becomes me getting to know you, and like even me asking you your hobbies, it tells me a lot about your character. It tells me like what I could expect from you on a regular day, even if we like weren't dating. Like, what is your day-to-day life? And then if I were to be a part of it, how would I fit it in? And after that, it just turns into a like literal fluid conversation. I'm not about to sit here and ask you 21 questions. I'll get to those because it takes a lifetime to know a person. So, like me, since I'm married, I'm still interviewing my husband constantly because we're constantly evolving and your perspectives are changing. My husband doesn't have the same answers he had when we got married as he does today. So your interview questions changed based on perspectives and how your life is going, pretty much.
And failures. Don't say it, and failures.
And failures, yeah.
So, okay, so what was the question I asked? I gotta make sure I remember. The people I don't going though.
But those like real deep questions, they don't come until there's an actual relationship. And
so, what are you interviewing for?
Usually,
if you're dating, what are you interviewing for?
Usually, I'm just trying to be the wife, but if you show me quality,
whoa! You're not dating trying to be. So are you looking for a husband? Because you can't look for a wife. Are you looking for a husband?
Yes.
Say it like that.
Yes. Sorry, I'm distracted right now.
So you're looking for a husband.
Yes.
That's what you're interviewing for. You're interviewing for a husband too. So Alex and both of you agreed to. Now you know the magical question I asked her. So again, will you ever propose to him?
Oh no.
So then, what you interview? Never mind.
Stop. My question: Are you ladies done with the floor for a second?
Yep.
Hey, Rock, hey, Swab, how y'all doing today, man?
Hey, listen. I missed some of that shit. You know what I'm saying? So can I get like a brief rundown?
Okay, well, let me say this. Alex definitely had some of the same things that Sarah said. They both had some of the same quality about the interview process. That with some of the same things that she's looking to get for you to answer, she's answering before she come there to make sure that she's qualified. In other words, like as far as Sarah said about having kids and stuff. I don't know if I'm asking that question. I'm 48. I'm not asking that question now, woman. I'm praying that she don't say nothing about no one from kids. Fuck the kids. But yeah, I'm gonna let her wrap yours up in about 5 minutes for me, Alex, so that way I don't miss what you said and I don't miss what you said. You're on mute, baby. You're on mute.
Enrique and Reddy, the things that you missed that I said that I think is very important. Before I even say that I want to go on a date with a man, because I respect his time, because time is so valuable, I actually interview myself. I do what's called a self-reflection process. Am I ready to date? First of all, okay, right? Can I keep an open mind and understand that every man's not the same, bringing past experiences to this table? Because y'all gonna be different. Every man's different. What questions do I ask him, and do I possess the same qualities that I am expecting from him? Do I possess those same qualities, right? Am I motivated? Am I inspired? Am I articulate? Do I know how to let him be a leader? You see what I'm saying? If I can't answer those questions and the answers that come to mind that I don't like, then I say no. It might not necessarily be because of him. It's because I'm not going to waste his time. So, yeah, I think that's the most important thing that y'all probably missed. From me, anyway.
You said your interview process was for a husband.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, what's the end goal? I mean, what are we doing? Right? Okay. Why am I going on this date?
But you also said the same thing Sarah said, that you would never propose to a man.
No, I wouldn't, and that's okay. I'm going to tell you why. Exactly what I said before. What I know about men, I just feel like proposing puts him on the spot to where he feels like he has to say yes. I feel like if a man is ready, he gonna propose, period. And that's it. It's when he's ready. Okay. He gets to hold that key. I don't hold that. I'm asking to be proposed to and be a wife. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. Now that Rock got to hear both of y'all ladies kind of caught up on the question, y'all push mute. Get y'all pens up so that way everything that we have something to say about, y'all can question us in just a minute. That last 30 minutes is going to be hell because we're probably going to be going back and forth to each other. But that's where we need to go at. Rock, the floor is yours, bro.
What? I ain't really got nothing to say to that.
What you mean you ain't got nothing to say to that?
Got nothing to say to that. I hear that's some of the most reasonable shit I done heard. You know what I'm saying? In a while.
What she said was the most reasonable thing you heard in a while?
Yeah, as far as
what do you got to say about this interview process altogether, though?
Say it one more time. The interview process?
Yeah, what do you say about this whole interview process as a whole?
interview. I'm dating to date and to get to know you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
I don't know. I guess I really don't like a lot of that interview shit, man. I just know one thing: when you get to interviewing people and asking direct questions and things of that nature, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people tend to tell you what you want to hear, or they're gonna do what they think they need. You know what I'm saying? What they need to do to get you. So for me, you know what I'm saying, when I'm dating, like we're dating, first of all, I feel like dating is like you're dating multiple people. Once we get past the dating phase to where I don't want to date anybody else and I want to focus in and lock in on you, then we can start talking about more serious shit as far as like, I guess what they would say like an interview where you start asking shit. But I think like when you just really spending time conversating and talking, if you just be natural, you have a natural conversation, that shit's just gonna flow already. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like that whole interview process, like I ain't applying for no job. Nigga, we're dating right now. Let's get to know each other. Let's take I don't know, man.
Well, I say this. Because after this, I'm going to Suave probably can go in for a minute. I want to say this right here, right off the bat. I think it's kind of whacked out there right now in the dating world, and it's kind of out of place right now because of, again, women are out of position. No disrespect. Y'all don't have a position open to apply for. No disrespect, y'all don't. Until there's a husband in the equation, y'all don't. The men have a position. Y'all until 70% of the women in the world start proposing, there's no need to talk about it. Because the reality of it is, watch this. Rock, listen to me. I could be the best man in the world.
I got you.
I could be the best man in the world. Just like if I go to the job, I can be the best man for the job all day long. But if you don't offer me the position because that's where you stand, there's no position I'm applying for. Period. There's no position I can apply for you. No disrespect to any lady out there. I need you to understand we're the ones doing it. You're sitting down we're the Fortune 500 company. You're supposed to know about us before you sit down with us. You're supposed to know if we're a quality company to work for before you even sit down with us. No, and I don't say it in a bad way because none of us work for each other. But if that's what we're doing with interviews, that's where it's supposed to be. No disrespect. It's the truth. The reality of it is we're the ones that's hiring a helpmate. That's what God said. We're the ones looking for a helpmate. If we're looking for a helpmate, and we're supposed to be providers, you know that before we sit down. We're providers and we're protectors. That's the most caring thing we do out of the relationship. So with that, y'all know that before y'all sit down with us. But we don't know the qualities of a wife until we sit down with you. No matter how many conversations we have, because a pair of lips will tell you anything. But the way you sit down with me and interact with me, and the way you move tells me exactly who you are. Then I know if there's a position here for you. That's why a lot of men, no disrespect, I asked y'all earlier, how do men react to the questions that y'all answer? Most men that are alpha men, we don't answer a lot of questions with no women. Not personally, not real. We would never give that much information. We don't like our information out there.
I agree.
We don't talk like that. We'll give you limited information about us.
Thomas. So, based on what you just said, Thomas, based off that, something you said kind of gave me a thought. And Alex said something too. So, if you're dating at the end of the day, like the end goal is to be a wife, and you're saying that men hold the key to that, they're going to make you a wife. Why are you interviewing the man? Right? Because you're looking for that. That's what I'm saying. You triggered that thought in me. So, if hold on, because this nigga here, bro, like, quit playing with me on this.
So I don't know if you noticed the questions. I mean, these really weren't questions. These were looking for attributes. You understand? Y'all missed this. Right. These were never questions.
We both agree. Yours is the most logic. Most women ain't gonna answer it the way you answer it.
No.
You answer it totally different than most women would normally answer. Most women sit down. They want to know about you. They want to know. The kids part, I don't know. I don't know if you asked that in the first few days. I don't know because women don't normally talk to me about that in the first few days. But the other stuff, financially, whoa, you getting a little too much of my business. We just date. I'm trying to find out about you because you like I'm looking for a wife. No disrespect. A woman shouldn't be looking for a husband.
Well, no, I mean,
have an ad in the newspaper for a husband.
So I say this. I'm trying. What I'm trying to say is like I would think women when they accept dates with men, you already see qualities in that man. Like you see these qualities and shit like that. Otherwise, like you're not going out with no man you don't see certain qualities in because you like it wouldn't make sense to me. Do you feel safe? You feel comfortable? Like why are you with this nigga out like this on your own like that? But I would think if you out with a man, you already see these qualities in him. That's why you accepted that date. Now,
and see, that's what I'm saying, Rock. When you apply for that job, you know about that job that you're applying for. So
right, I got you.
You know about that man. You know about that man.
So if that's the case, if that man is to be your husband and you want to be a wife, most men are not going to pick a wife that doesn't show that she is a wife and she's not qualified to be a wife, but that she is a wife. If he's going to marry her, he wants to see those qualities in her. You ain't gonna convince me you qualified. You're not gonna tell me you qualified. A nigga want to see that shit. So end of the day, like who's really interviewing for what? Because if men hold the key to marriage, you're not interviewing me. I'm interviewing you. Because I'm the one that's gonna have to be your husband and protect and provide and this, that, and the third. You get what I'm saying? I mean, I don't know.
But also, Rock, let me tell you the secret. You don't know where I need help at. So you can't come apply for this position like that. I gotta know where I need help at. In other words, my helpmate is different than Rock's helpmate. My helpmate looks totally different. So with that being said, I'm the one interviewing for this helpmate. You're not interviewing for helpmate. You looking for a head. And the head is the CEO of the company. If I'm correct. Yes, ma'am. Go ahead, Miss Alice. You got your hand up. We ain't gonna disregard you. Go right ahead.
Although are
you on mute? Oh, there you go. There you go.
Although I wholeheartedly agree with what you guys are saying, I think that at the same time, women are still looking for those attributes of a husband. Okay. I'm not gonna be.
But see, what are the qualities? But see, that's what I asked y'all earlier. What are the qualities of a husband? Qualities of a husband is a protector, provider.
Does he lead?
Treat you right.
Is he motivated? Right. Does he challenge my opinion? Is he brave enough to challenge my opinion? I'm not always right. I'm wrong a lot of the times. Can he challenge my opinion? A lot of these things, y'all. I've been on dates. A lot of these men don't possess these qualities, and I'm not asking for a man to pull out my chair,
watch this,
wipe my mouth, and none of that.
Watch this. We're just telling you. I just want women because all the women out there, and because we haven't even let Swab talk, I don't even want to go there, but all the women out there always say that we're on this interview, and I want women to take that interview out y'all equation. Y'all are there to get to know us. We're there interviewing y'all. I'm sorry, we are. We're there interviewing y'all. Because we have a position that we want to be married. See,
and
I think women want to be married so much that they look for qualities in they try to look at every man and try to see qualities. No, you don't see every man not gonna have qualities, but you know that man to have qualities, period, point blank. And if you allow that man to take you out, you won't be there interviewing no more.
Correct. That's what I was about to say.
You won't be there interviewing
1,000%. That's exactly what I was about to say.
So why don't the men lead the interviews?
Miss Marilyn, please. We'll definitely bring you on. She says she has something to say. Why don't the men what?
Lead the interviews then.
But see, this is the thing we do. Hold on.
How can you say how I lead my interview?
Right. See, I was just gonna say that. We do, right? But see, there's something about women, they feel like it's a certain way things should always go. Y'all be feeling like men may not be doing it, may not be doing that in your mind, but you don't know what that man doing. I like to sit back. Again, I don't like that whole sitting at no table, having dinner, answering 100 motherfucking questions. You're really irritating the fuck out of me because I'm really just trying to vibe with you. I'm trying to feel your vibe. Like, you get what I'm saying? I'm not trying to play this 21 question game. I just met you. You don't need to know how much I make, where I live, this, that, and the third, who my mama is, who my daddy is, just like, you know, I'm a business and we just met. No, let's vibe. You'll get to know that. Over time, we are
Rock,
dating.
it ain't even that.
Yeah.
Miss Marilyn Johnson, you say we don't lead. We don't lead. Let me explain something to you. We lead. We lead a lot of the interviews, but understand something. There's certain things inside the interview that also make us check out of it. And what I mean by that is we do have questions that we ask that are automatic exits. We do have things that the way that you carry yourself and certain things you do that's an automatic X for us. Period. That's why men are not getting married at the rate. That's why men aren't asking the question, and men and women aren't getting married as quick as they used to because men ain't jumping in to anything anymore.
No, they're not.
Women say they ain't. Women say they ain't, but until you ask somebody to marry, you can't say you jumping into anything. We're jumping in when we ask the question. The same fear that y'all have about a man not being ready and he might not say yes, a woman has the same right when we ask her. We had that same fear. If I ask her, what if she say no? That's the most embarrassing fucking thing in the world. You done sit up here and did a proposal party and everything, and she tell you no. It's the same thing. If she's not ready, she's not ready. So if we feel like y'all felt, then that means nobody around this bitch gonna ever get married. And
both sides of the table, though. Come on, we all grown. We know there's signs. Stop it.
Yeah, but see, sometimes people wear masks. Sometimes people play games. And in today's, like at the times we're in today, I ain't saying that men don't play games, but speaking for the man's side of it, a lot of women be out here dating to be out here dating. They ain't on the date because they really want to be out there with you. They're on the date because you spending money, you taking her out, she posting pictures of the food, she on social media the whole time, and she just enjoying herself, having fun.
I just said that. Ready.
No, I didn't say you didn't. What I'm saying.
Go ahead, bro.
I lost my. Go ahead, y'all. Go ahead. I forgot where I was going with that.
Miss Marilyn Johnson said, "Who taught you how to lead?" Again, how
can
you say how?
Hold on, Thomas.
Hold on, no. I just want to ask everybody: how can you say how I'm supposed to lead my interview?
Thomas, listen.
Just because it doesn't move. Again, that's a woman's way of thinking. Because if it doesn't go the way you think it's supposed to go, then we're not doing it right.
Thomas, as a man, don't answer no shit like that no more, bro. Who taught you how to lead? Like, come on, man. I don't answer nothing like that, man. Come on, man. Y'all don't do that.
I just want everybody to know leadership is a quality. Leadership is a quality either you have or you don't have. Leadership is not something you can hardly teach. Everybody, you cannot teach leadership. Period.
Listen, as a man, you lead how you see your shit going. If you align with what that man's purpose is and what he sees, then fine. You align with it, then you roll with that. If you don't, you know what I'm saying, step to the side. But for you, a lot of y'all women try to dictate how a man lead, and he ain't leading correctly if it's not the direction you want him to go. And that's bullshit. And that's like the vibe I keep getting from this Miss Johnson with just them like comments like that. As a man, how you know how to lead? How would you know how a man should lead? You not a man. And clearly, like a lot of y'all be talking this shit about how a man lead, and you know what I'm saying, you ain't figured it out yourself either. My guy, you just over here trying to question everything a man trying to tell you about who he is and how he see things fit. Y'all steady arguing with niggas about what they look for. And you try to tell them what they should be looking for and what qualifies them. That's where y'all go wrong at every time.
Right. And the thing about it is they got to understand every one of us are different. So like you said, you might get a dude that asks you a million questions in a certain different way, and he might still not be the perfect dude for you. You know how much you think that because he asked
not at all.
I might ask you 5 questions, and that might be enough for me.
Because the truth of the matter is,
it might be a yes, we're gonna get another date, or yes, we ain't gonna keep fucking around one way or another. It's gonna. If I shut down on you and if we're not holding. So I guess what you're saying, if we're leading, I think y'all talking about our conversation. We're not holding good conversation. You know what I'm saying? If we're holding good conversation, I don't know how we can lead because in other words, unlike y'all, we don't ask direct questions because you know what, we don't have to. If you notice the difference between men, we can ask y'all a question and y'all like to elaborate and keep right on going, give more to the detail. If y'all ask us something, we either answer yes or no, and we get straight to the point. We don't give you nothing extra. That's how most men move. Men.
And
Anybody else
I
that
have
give
a
you all that extra, that's
conversation.
bullshit. Yeah, no, what? No, at 51 and married for nearly 30 years. I understand, Miss Barely. I'm just saying, I mean, every man is different, so but I might not need to ask you 50 questions to know that you're right for me.
Having a conversation, leading a conversation and having a conversation, like, what they got to do with leading as a man? That's a conversation. Like, we should both be able to sit down and have a conversation easily. Like,
no,
you
they
know,
want you to continue to have a conversation so they can get all the questions out you that they want for their interview.
No, I ain't doing all that. I ain't doing all that.
Processes. Like, no.
You're not interviewing me. If you're trying to, if you see qualities in me as a man, right? There's qualities you want in a man, right? I already got you out on this date, so obviously I'm interested in you, and I see some qualities in you. You know what I'm saying? But unless you finna go to work and provide for me and do all this other extra ass shit, you know what I'm saying? Then I'm not interviewing for you. Am I interviewing to be your helpmate, or are you interviewing to be my helpmate? Which way is it? Which way do you want it?
Well, I say this. When you say, I just want women to understand this. Y'all say, but can you communicate? I will tell y'all this, so that way y'all understand. If a man's not communicating with you, that's probably a sign that you shouldn't even keep on dating them in the first place. That has nothing to do with us. That has something to do with y'all. The reality of it is, we know if we can communicate with a woman and continue to go on. That's our problem. We need to worry about if y'all communicate. Y'all need to worry about if we can communicate. If you don't see that on your end, Miss Marilyn, don't keep on dating them. If he's not able to communicate, I totally agree with what you're saying. But again, me conducting my interview don't have anything with my communication, because sometimes I don't need communication to see who you are. Some women show their true character just sitting in front of you as they smack, the way they carry themselves. Like they said, if they on social media taking pictures of their food, showing all their girlfriend, they out eating expensive dinner and all that extra shit. All that shit right there is a turn off to us just the same way.
I said the same thing.
You can go out with a person.
Like if I'm conducting an interview with, if you go to Fortune 500 and you're in an interview, are you gonna pull out your phone in the middle of the interview and start scrolling through your text messages?
No.
Unless you ask for a reference and I can't get the number.
Phone, that's what we're here for, to get to know each other. But y'all say we don't communicate, but we pay attention to how y'all acting. Y'all ain't had that line to communicate with us. You came here to get your meal.
Yeah,
you showed it on your Facebook. You was hungry.
This is why it starts with self-reflection. Do I possess the same qualities that I'm asking this man across this table for, or I'm about to? And really, it's not
I agree with you. Listen, I agree with you.
Not questions.
I agree with you, but you are one in probably 10 women that feel that way.
Oh, I'm not perfect.
Don't even look at that.
I just admitted to you on live Facebook that in my 20s, I was a hot ass mess. I was the women you talking about. Until that shit was not working, until Kevin Samuels, and people say what they want to about him, and he is a little bit of a mess, but he got a lot of points. And until I saw him come across my timeline, I didn't question myself. Everything I thought I was doing was right, and that it was all the men that had the problem. When it was like, okay, when am I going to look at myself in the mirror and start working on self first, and then going back out into the dating world?
Well, let me say this, Miss Marilyn. I don't think it's that y'all accept anything. I just don't think that. I don't think the man that actually is trying to give you what you need is presented in front of you. Honestly, I think when you say you accept, when you say you accept it, I guess you can say you accept it because you take what is there.
She's right in the sense of we accept anything because we do not know. No one has challenged us in terms of our opinion and the way that we think. Like I just said, it took Kevin Samuels on my timeline to challenge the way that I think to where I'm at now.
I would disagree with that, right? You probably had plenty of niggas challenge you, but and I'm not saying this for you personally, but I'll say this: a lot of women get challenged, right? But because we're not the men of the caliber of Kevin Samuels, we don't have that platform, or we're not considered high caliber, or whatever the case may be. Y'all tend to, that shit, like we've been on this podcast with a lot of women for the last however long we've been doing this, Thomas, and we've said all the same shit all the same shit Kevin Samuels said and some of these other niggas done said, and we get talked about and we get backlash and this, that, and the
He does
third,
too.
and we get judgment. Hold on, we get judgment, right? But then he'll say that, and because it's who he is and he's at that position, now they tend to listen a little bit more. It seems to be like a man who looks of a certain caliber is who women will choose to listen to. Either that or they saying all the shit that women want to hear.
If I found y'all first, I would have listened because y'all would have challenged. I'm not disagreeing with you, Reddy. There has been men that have challenged me, but because I wasn't where I needed to be mentally, that challenge was not noticed. Do you see what I'm saying? So I agree with you. And again, I'm holding myself accountable. Again, I know a lot of people are going to call me a pick me. I don't care. At the end of the day, it's about me and what my goal is at the end of the day. And I know what I had to change to make this goal happen, right? A lot of people have challenged me, but because I was not mentally mature or where I needed to be, I missed that. So you're right about that. And in terms of the Kevin Samuels, women challenge him all day long.
I'm sorry.
Women challenge him all day long. If you ever been on one of his lives and his comments,
nah, you know what? I don't really think they be challenging him so much anymore as to they just trying to be seen, goddamn.
Yep.
Yeah.
You 100. That's 100.
Hey baby, I'm home, okay? Y'all can make y'all way.
Can y'all hear me? Can you hear me? Okay. So again, I don't have anything to say about y'all, you know, in the things that y'all saying about the way you put it was probably the best way to say it. I mean, the way you said it. I mean, yours didn't sound so much as an interview. You see what I'm saying? Yours sound like a real date. And I just want the biggest thing I want these women to understand is you can't be interviewing if you don't have a position that you're willing to give up. Because that's what the interview. Because that's what women always say. They always say, "I'm interviewing for." Why? Why are you looking so hard? Why is there application ready to be filled out for your husband? Why in the world hasn't your husband found you? Why ain't you checking off the boxes for your husband? Why ain't you trying to, like you said, Alex said earlier, attentiveness. I'll be honest with you. I dated a lot of women. I was open last year when I came on the podcast. I told them I was dating multiple women because I wasn't gonna get tied into one that was wrong. And I still feel like that was the best way for me because I feel like I truly found the person that was for me, not that bullshit. But women want attentiveness. That's one of the biggest things women ask for is attentiveness. But women do not give it in return. Women do not give it in return. No disrespect. I'm big on attentiveness. If I take you out and I know that you like your steak well done, I will never bring you a steak anything less than well done. Period, point blank. But if I tell you I go to Whataburger and I want a Whataburger with cheese, plain and dry, if you bring me a Whataburger with anything else on it, and we've already been a couple of times, I feel like you are not being attentive enough for me. That disqualifies you, period. It's an automatic disqualification. Because if you're not attentive to me now, you'll never be attentive to me when I'm your husband. And to be honest, to be my helpmate, you need to be attentive. As a leader, sometimes I don't have to have that attention, but you got to be attentive. You got to know what's agitating me when I'm mad. You got to know what's done piss me off. You got to know why I'm sad before I tell you why I'm sad, because you got to know me. That takes intensiveness to do. The thing that y'all ask the most for men, y'all don't give. And it's the most important thing that we require that y'all hardly ever know because we don't never tell you. But I don't know about how other men feel about it, but I'm very big on it. If I like a ham and cheese sandwich, just ham and cheese and mayonnaise, I want a ham and cheese sandwich. If you bring me one with lettuce, tomatoes, all the extra shit on it, it's offensive to me because you already know how I like it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I don't know how to tell you that. So I like that you say attentiveness because all women say attentiveness, and it's not a bad thing because I do think we should be attentive to y'all just the same. But it's way more requirement being a helpmate to be attentive though. When you're a helpmate, it is definitely on that required checklist. Period. Because as a leader, sometimes we're not always attentive. That's why we have people underneath us to fulfill those positions where we don't do this. The leaders don't take out the trash, but they have somebody do that. You know what I'm saying? Now they might be attentive that the trash is full, but they ain't gonna take it out because that's the leader. That's somebody else's job, and that's his job. That's their job to do. So again, I know that y'all see attentiveness is a big one, but that's a big one on our list too. Know how your husband like his steak. Know how your husband like his salad. It's very big. Even though y'all don't think it is, you know, it is. I have friends that are allergic to lettuce. And, you know, when he first started dating somebody, they just took him on dates before. And one of the biggest things he let you know when you sit down, he make sure the waiter knows that, you know what, I don't like lettuce. And then, you know, went out on date with people and they order some food for him, bring it to him, and it's an automatic no. You know, you done brought me lettuce. I'm allergic to lettuce. You know that. That's a no. You got to be attentive. I mean, it has to go both ways. But ladies don't see it that way. Y'all like to require a lot of things, but y'all don't like to live up to them. And that's just being honest. I like the way you said it, Alex, because at the same time, you're self-reflecting. If I'm going to require this of him, I need to make sure I'm able to deliver it back to him. And that's the best way to say it. But understand the interview process, it is an interview process in y'all part. It's an interview process on our part. Because no matter how much we measure up, you're never going to be able to go anywhere until we ask the question. So we can line up all day long, but if we date for the next 7 years, that's all we do is date. You're still not going to be a wife. You didn't get no husband. But if I'm dating you and I start to get to know you in the next year and a half, 2 years, you might get a question pop here or there. I don't know. Because at the end of the day, I am looking for a wife. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people are shocked. I got proposed quickly. I'm 48. How long y'all expect me to live to be asking a question? Shit. When I was in my 20s, I had time to wait. Shit. No, I'm not doing that. I'm looking for somebody that completes me. And that's what I feel like I found. And when I found it, I wasn't going to sit up here and pass it up and take chances of passing it up out there. But like Rock said, Rock, when you first came on, you was about to say that whenever I asked Sierra about what was she interviewing for, you say that why are you interviewing if you ain't got no position? If you don't have a position, why are we even interviewing with you? Don't get me wrong, you have a title that's waiting to be filled. But that title ranks higher than yours no matter how much you like it if you're a true modern day woman. Because that's how y'all always say it. Y'all look for the leader, you look for the head of your house. Most of y'all are. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying all of y'all. Some of y'all might be Jada. It might be the other way around. Y'all might want to wear the pants. I don't know. That's not on me. You know what I'm saying? But if you're looking for alpha male, you're looking for a leader. You're looking for somebody who has certain traits as a protector, as a provider, someone who knows how to treat his woman.
Listen,
a real man knows how to treat his woman.
Stop asking questions, man. That shit don't work. Y'all give people the blueprint. Y'all asking questions, y'all answering questions. That's just a blueprint. I can pass your test. You gonna give me the questions and the answers. I'm gonna pass that shit. That's easy. I get right past your first line of defense. That's the reason
why they keep jumping into bad relationships. Is because he's telling you everything that you want to hear. Because you're asking him questions. He's lining up. You ask him this. Oh, yeah, I told it. Because I can tell you anything in the world. And for so long, I can play that role.
Mm-hmm.
I can play that role for so long. Eventually, I will show you my true character.
So, as I'm saying this, y'all stop goddamn going to dates, goddamn thinking you interviewing a nigga and just be around them, have the date, enjoy yourself, shut the fuck up, and observe. Observe. You know what I'm saying? Observe that man in his natural fucking state, in his natural habitat. Observe him when he's not on edge, when he's not goddamn. You're not asking him. Look, if I'm interviewing for a job, I'm on point. I'm on 10 because I need this job. I want this job. I'm gonna get this fucking job. That's what I came here for. So shit, whatever these motherfuckers ask, I'ma sit. I'ma think. I'm finna ace this shit. That shit is easy. Y'all make it easy. That's when you make it easy. But if you go on a date, enjoy, just get to know each other, feel the vibe, feel him out, and observe him when he is comfortable. When a nigga ain't got his guard up, you'll see the shit you need to see. That high date, I don't be asking women all these goofy ass questions. You know why? Because women lie just like men lie. But I observe And you can see if she got wife qualities. You can see if she even trying to show you that she has wife qualities. If you're not trying to show me that you got the qualities of a good woman, a woman that, you know, can take care of me, what the fuck I need to be trying to prove to you that I can provide and do this, that, and the third? I don't even want to do that for you. You know what I'm saying? So I ride the wave till it's over with. It shit, I play this game to you till the game over. You know what I'm saying? That's how most people do it.
The other thing is, Rock, if a man is into you, he's into you. Period. And what I mean by that, ladies, is you'll take a man out and you'll do all that interviewing and everything, but he doesn't give you any of the "I'm into you" vibe. It's just a common text message, how you doing here and there. You know what I'm saying? The common shit. Y'all still go on dates, and then you end up in that bad relationship with the same dude that you swear up and down was for you.
Going, why me? Why me?
He's gonna come after you. He's gonna go ahead and, yeah. I mean, I'm just being 100 with y'all.
Girl.
I've seen multiple women. Shara, last year when y'all came on the show, Rock, when we first met, all the friends we was around, everything. Everybody said, man, you date multiple women. You can't see no woman date multiple women. You can't see. No, how can I not? I know what I'm looking for. And guess what? I'm not gonna ask 500 questions. I don't need to do all that. I'm gonna pay attention to your character, the way you carry yourself, and the way you do things.
I never liked that analogy and shit. See, women say that shit because when they date niggas and shit, it be that one who be gassing their ass up and saying everything they want to fucking hear, so they don't see the other shit. This motherfucker, he might be the one that's being the most real. He might be the one that's the most real. He might be the one that got the best intentions for her, but because this nigga over here pressing and what they call applying pressure real hard, she think that's the nigga that really want her. That nigga applying pressure because he got a goal and he trying to hit it. He trying to hit that mark. So yeah, he applying real hard pressure. The other man over here, he observing, he taking his time.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, man, y'all. Right.
And then, like Rock said earlier, you know, whenever we sit around and y'all have all those interview questions, y'all the ones revealing all the stuff, not us. If you're sitting with a real man, like Rock said, we only talk about what we allow to come out of our mouth, and what we allow to come out of our mouth is certain parts of us. Because I'm interviewing for you, I'm not gonna let certain stuff out until I know where I'm at with you. What I mean by that is, if you don't have those traits, I'm not gonna give you certain information about me. Because at this point, I don't know if I'm ready to go there with you, because I'm interviewing for that position. So again, women tend to think that we're not leading the conversation. No, we're not stepping into that conversation, because that's not a conversation we're ready to have, because the traits that we need to see aren't there. The traits aren't there yet. They might not ever be there, so there's no reason to have that conversation. See, we only have certain conversations with women when it's important to have it. We don't have it before we get there.
And
what I mean by that is, I'm not going to ask you all these wifey questions, and I haven't seen how you move. I haven't seen how you act around people. I haven't seen you in an environment around people. I haven't seen you in any other environment than us talking through text message or over the phone. So I need to get to know you a little bit.
I'll tell a woman about me. You know what I'm saying? Because look, I like to put my shit on the front. I tell you about me. Right, but what I will not do.
I understand. We'll tell them about us. What I'm saying is, Rock, all them deep down questions that you want to ask, all the extra bait about me having other kids, man, I'm not going in there with you. I'm not asking. You know, you can ask about me. You
goes into that on the first date?
That's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying. I will tell a woman about me, but what I will not do is get into the conversation of what I expect and what I want from her. You want to know who I am as a man, or what I do, you know, certain things I'm not going to get into, but I will tell you about me and shit like that, you know, but I will not tell you what I look for in a woman. I will not tell you what I expect. I'm not telling you none of that shit.
Yeah. We on the same page with that, right? That's kind of what I meant. We only give you, what I'm saying, we only give you just enough information. We're not giving you no extra. Yeah. Nothing extra you're going to get out of us.
Nah, you know, again, you was around. Shit, I met someone, you know, someone who goddamn knew about me. You know what I'm saying? and was looking and wanting certain shit and felt like I had certain motherfucking qualities. But you know what I'm saying? Because she knew a little bit about me, she thought she knew goddamn what I expected or what I wanted, this, that, and the third. Yeah. And she played a motherfucking hand. She showed me her cards. And that was enough for me to know right then and there, like, nah, I'm cool on you. I'm good. You know what I'm saying? Without getting into the details. Now, I can imagine if I sat there and gave her the whole play-by-play book, and man, how long she would have played that game until she got me in her fucking web. You know what I'm saying? Because that's basically what, you know.
But Rock, we know. And again, I'm not mad at the ladies because, again, I do think there's a process I do think there is a dating process that y'all need to go through. I do think there's things that you need to find out about that man that are very important. You know what I'm saying? Before you decide to go any further with him as well. Y'all do have a say so because y'all can always say no if we ask you to marry you. But the reality of it is that you're not giving away a position. That's all I'm saying. In other words, when y'all go out for this interview process that y'all so-called say as we get ready to wrap up here in a minute, y'all have to understand this interview process is a process that was honestly believe it was designed by God, because again he said, this is your helpmate, this is your helper. You know what I'm saying? That's what y'all like to say when y'all go to church. And I do believe in God, and I do, so don't get me wrong, I don't. But that he said he was giving us a helpmate. And I'm not mad at God for giving us a helpmate. But I need women to understand when you go out with a man, you don't know what his helpmate look like. So stop interviewing him for a position that you don't even know if he's ready to fill, because you got to fill his first. He needs somebody that's going to help him in certain areas. There's certain things that Rock needs that's different from me. None of us are the same. So what Rock might need, like Sierra said earlier, if you date Rock, I mean not Sierra, but Alex said earlier, if you date Rock and you come over and start dating Thomas, don't come over thinking because what Rock needed is what I need, because I'm a totally different person. Don't bring that whole shit over here.
That goes back to me saying, like, that question she said, how a man lead, like, every man is different. It ain't no set one way rule how leading is supposed to look. Everything looks different. Every relationship is different. Everybody's circumstances is different. So that's something that y'all, to me, that's some shit that y'all should be figuring out, working out together as y'all learn each other and y'all start figuring out what y'all want and how y'all gonna go about doing that. Now, that man, y'all are putting that plan together in place. Now, is that man willing to step in the front and lead the way to make that shit happen? And are you willing to stand behind that man and support him as y'all go along y'all journey together? You know what I'm saying? It ain't no man.
Alex got a question.
Go ahead.
Let me clarify because this is the part you missed. And again, I get it. Not everybody's the same. Not every woman's the same. Not every man's the same. First of all, I don't know what type of first dates we talking about, because it's a first date. Okay. Ain't no way I'm getting into all them goddamn details on no first date. First of all, I'm nervous as hell.
Facts.
The last thing I want to do is 21 questions, Alex Trebek somebody. Okay. That's facts. First of all. But when I talk about lead, and I say that is what I'm looking for, I'm just looking for a small attribute. It don't have to be big. It's a first date. I don't, you know what I mean? I'm not looking for something huge. The example I gave to Thomas and Misfit earlier, I got it.
Who is Misfit?
That if I just need to know that you are a leader. I just need to know that you are the leader. And the example was, we waiting for the waiter to come to the table, and you signal an order. Okay, you order your meal, and then you take the liberty of also ordering my meal. Okay, so there's two parts to this. I can see that you're a leader, but you don't know how to take the back seat and let me speak for myself in situations like that. That's small. I just need to know if you are a leader. I don't need a big, grand gesture, because there's been dates where I have to like lead the whole process. Like the man is just mute. That's what I mean. That could be different for other people. I can't speak for anyone but myself. And that's what I mean by that is what I'm looking for in terms of, can you just lead? It could be anything small.
Miss Johnson, I will tell you this. All of us, I think you are right. I understand what you're saying. Some men don't communicate at all because I do. So again, let me and Rock say because me and Rock we communicate. So I guess again that doesn't bother us because we don't never say ouch to it. But for the men out there that don't communicate, I don't know what's wrong with them. I mean, some men just don't communicate. But let me ask you a question. If you return to go on another date with them, you had a problem with them communicating. Who is that bigger on, him or you? Because I feel like communication. I feel like communication on a woman's aspect. I do feel like that's the it. Because like Rock said, we will talk to you. If we're going on a date, I'm going to communicate with you all day long. We're going to hold conversation because that's awkward than a bitch to go out with somebody and sit there and just have a meal and don't really say shit. That's awkward. Like, what the fuck did we come here for? Like, for real. So that's awkward. But if they're not communicating, I mean, don't turn it back, right? She said, like, okay, so Miss Marilyn's on our page. She said, like she said, a woman. You right? I agree. Women will return on a date with because they had a good meal and everything. Again, they was taking pictures, putting it on their Facebook. Because they had a good meal, they're gonna go back on that date with that same dude that did not communicate with them.
What you mean not communicate? Like didn't talk at all? Did a cat have his tongue?
She's talking about some men don't know. She's talking about some men don't know how to communicate or at all.
I mean, it's just like ice cold water.
Like they uncomfortable or something?
Yeah.
Well, no, she said they just don't talk.
Yeah, they just mute.
And I've seen it because Beverly explained she's been on a date with a guy like that before. So yeah, he's out there. Me and Rock ain't like that. So that's why we don't understand it. But since you said it's out there, I can believe it because there are some people out there that just don't talk.
Hell,
but
we could talk about.
You have a problem with the communication.
We could talk about sports for all I care. Talk.
But I do want you to understand something that I don't know. I think that if a man asks you out on a date and he took the time to actually go out on a date with you and he got there, if y'all had a conversation before you got there, because my thing about it is if you went out on a date with somebody and you didn't have no communication with them at all before, then there's a problem. So let me say that. So y'all communicated before y'all went on a date. And then when y'all get there and you went on a date, I think that something happened from the time that y'all met up and the time that y'all sit down during dinner that made him not want to communicate with you no more.
No, or he's just so used to using his phone to communicate that he doesn't know how to have a conversation verbally.
And that's what I call the new age
man. We want to talk
man.
about ESPN. She said we want to talk about ESPN.
I'm only good over the phone and on a text message.
Yeah.
You in his face. He see you, you know what I'm saying? He smelling, you know them pheromones kicking in. He could be shy.
But see, that's
you could got him feeling real shy over there blushing. You know what I'm saying? He don't know how to get his words out.
I don't need a blusher.
Watch this though, Rock. But the problem is, y'all seen you went on a date with him and he didn't communicate with you. But since y'all said it, he gonna go back home and he gonna communicate with you through a text message. You gonna go back out on the second date with him.
I don't know about that. I don't know, and I don't know.
Women do it all the time. Watch this. And a lot of women end up in a relationship with somebody that don't communicate with them because that same reason.
That's why I said I don't know. I think I'm out at that point.
With them. No, I know you probably like you are, but I'm just saying they kept on going on dates with that person that didn't communicate with them.
But don't get me wrong, I was that person.
They say he didn't communicate no more.
I was that person.
I mean, I know people who say they're in their marriage. They say their husband didn't communicate with them. Did he communicate with you at the beginning? Really, honestly, did he really communicate with you?
No.
Because I just don't believe people change up to that much in certain areas.
You're right, 100. You right.
Certain areas you do change, but certain qualities about you don't like that. If you talk a fucking lot, you talk a fucking lot.
Yep.
I talk all the time, so I know damn well I'm gonna talk. So shit, if I ain't talking to you, you know damn well you out of there. Yep. You know damn well you done. If I ain't talking to you, done.
You better preach.
Rock, you go on say it too. If you really don't have much to say to her, she pretty much out of there on your list.
Nah, listen. I'm different because I've told y'all before, I have like my moments, right? Like a lot of niggas be scared to admit that they deal with shit, they go through shit. So it'll be times like for me, I'ma want you around me, right? I'm happy with you, I'm involved with you, I'm locked in. I want you around me, but I may not have a lot to say in that moment because I'm processing internally. Like I got shit going on in my mind. I may want to talk to you about it in a minute, but right now I really don't have no words, and I'm just really trying to get myself together. You know what I'm saying? So it ain't that I just don't have a whole lot to say to you. We out, we might be walking, you might think I'm quiet, but you know what? That might be what I need in that moment. So as a woman, if I'm dating you, you know what I'm saying, you might say like, well, maybe I don't know. He really quiet today. We were kind of talking to him a little more the other day. You know what I'm saying? Maybe there's something, there. So he'll speak to me, you know what I'm saying? Like, will you give me that time? You know what I'm saying? Will you seek? Because clearly he want me around, or you going to find the issue. Like, what? I'm here. You ain't really got a whole lot to say. I got it. You know what I'm saying? You being here right now is fucking enough. I've been through shit like that.
You know what? That is 100, Rock, because like you said, some shit might have went on today, and I might just not feel like talking.
That don't mean, and see, I might,
yeah, you right.
Like, I've had a situation. I had a situation where I had a lot going on. You know what I'm saying? And the person that I was kind of interested in at that time, I just wanted to be around them, but I didn't really have a lot to say about the shit that was going on. I didn't want to talk about that. I really just wanted that comfort of knowing that they was there. You know what I'm saying? A lot of women miss that part, and we end up not getting involved because she missed that part, and it was made about her or what she expected or how she expected me to deal with some shit. But if you my helpmate, or you showing me that you can be my helpmate, look, like this is a time for you. You can learn some shit right now. You know what I'm saying? If you really paying attention, or you really interested in that, in a relationship with me, it's not always going to be good. You know what I'm saying? Relationships are ups and downs. You know what I'm saying? So in dating, I'm having a down moment. And if I come to you in that moment, you know what I'm saying? Do you really respect what's actually going on? Do you see that? Because you can either see it and appreciate it for what it is. Like, this nigga's really showing me that I'm for him, because right now he's going through something, he hurting, and he came to me. But this person, I came to.
I'll be honest with you. We private. If we don't know you, we private. We're not gonna let everybody in.
It ain't even just really about that. It ain't for me, for you, maybe for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I'm going through something and I come to you, whether I tell you right then and there or not, that says a lot.
No, that's what I'm saying. We ain't gonna tell this to anybody. You got to be somebody real special to us for us to even come there in a time where we down and we going through some shit. We don't go to just any woman for that. If we coming to you, you should definitely feel like, hey, that he definitely thinks something of me.
So like, going through that shit, that person is like, well, I really don't know how to do this and do that and be there for him and blah 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 blah, whatever. So I'm just gonna step back, fall off. Cool, baby. I appreciate that. You just saved me, because I ain't had to wait goddamn 2-3 years down the line to hit a hardship or something go on to find out that bitch you finna hit the dough. Excuse my language, but no, fuck that. That you finna hit the fucking dough and leave me at my lowest point. You know what I'm saying? You already showed me. You know what I'm saying? That you don't know how to be there for a motherfucker and see him through some shit, even through the dating stage. That's a part of that.
Like, some days I just want to be there to listen.
But you know what, Rock? What you
nah,
remember earlier when she said, Sierra, she said that the interview process keeps on going. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Well, this is the way it really goes with us. Our interview process starts. We take you out. We find out if we can deal with you right off the bat. Once we do that, you get into a certain position with us, and then it's a promotion from there on out. You see what I'm saying? You get a promotion. First we start dating, now you my girl. The next thing will probably be you be my wife. You get a promotion. You see the difference in what y'all got? Y'all say y'all searching for a husband right off the bat. We're not directly searching for a wife right off the bat. We're looking for qualities of a wife But every woman don't hold those qualities. So we know when we first go out on dates, we gotta sit there. We gotta get to know this woman. We gotta look at this woman and see her. We just can't be up there asking all these questions because we know damn well she gonna tell us exactly what the fuck we want to hear. Because women do that just like men do that. So let's understand that. Women do that just like men do that. Women will sit right there, they'll look at Rock's Facebook and think, oh, well, Rock's this way because this is what he shows on Facebook, and not know that Rock's a whole different nigga outside this Facebook.
Nah, facts. That shit is retarded.
That's just that's that bullshit. Because at the end of the day, get to know me. When you get to know me, you'll know the qualities of me. You'll know what I need in my life. We don't need a man or woman, but there's certain things that we're looking for a woman that we expect for her to feel for us. You know what I'm saying? And like Rock said, when I'm going through my worst time, I gotta know if you can deal with me when I'm going through my worst time, and how you handle me when I'm going through my worst time. And then if you my cheerleader when I'm going through my worst time. You see what I'm saying? We don't let every woman in that situation. When we let you in that situation, it's a purpose. You know what I'm saying? But the reality is that y'all steadily thinking that y'all interviewing us when really you disqualify yourself as a candidate. But that's the truth. Like Rock said, if I gotta answer 500 questions, you gotta anyway. Because all I'm trying to do is go on a date, get a meal, and just chill. You know, have a little conversation. All that extra shit, we're not going to all that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, we're not here for that. You know what I'm saying? I just don't know. We are to our final thoughts. We'll let Sierra go first. I'm gonna let Rock go next. Sierra, smile. Go on and smile for us.
Hold on. Who's Sierra? Sierra got a nickname and shit. What it was, I missed it already.
Let me show you. Let me take it out. There you go, right there. They're going
It's Misfit.
What's the first word? I can't see it. My eyes.
Misfit.
Unwritten misfit.
Basically, ghostwriter. It's a different way to say ghostwriter.
Oh, you're a ghost. Okay. So, Sarah, we talked about the interview today. We talked about the dating and the interview process and how it goes. What do you have to say out there for the day on the day's topic?
Well, as I said before, it's a conversation. It's not an interview. And you need to know, like, the motive of the date in the first place. You don't have to ask, but throughout the conversation, you find out whether or not the man is actually looking for a wife, a girlfriend, or a booty call. It's that simple.
I don't know who needs to hear this, but
Rock. Shh.
What I do?
So you try to find out if he's looking for a wife. But let me ask you a question. What if we? Because I'll be honest, when I was out there dating openly, I wasn't directly looking for a wife. I was definitely looking for any women that had wife qualities, but I definitely wasn't planning on getting married right now. I wasn't. But the woman showed up with the right qualities. And
I don't
out of boxes with it.
Yeah. So you know what? You know how they say, like, if you go out here looking for trouble, you'll find it. If you go out here looking for a wife or looking for a partner or looking for a husband, you're gonna find it. But you're gonna find because you was looking for it. But is that truly your wife or your husband? So for me, if y'all are out here dating, fucking date and have fun and just let the shit flow naturally. Y'all, we be in such a rush for this quick gratification. We in this microwave society that we gotta end. We feel like we gonna sit at the table and we gonna interview a motherfucker and determine if they husband or wifey material or not. That's why we fucking up. We out here fucking up. Y'all need to start spending time with these people that y'all are interested in and date them and just spend time with them. And that's how you get to know people in their natural state, natural habitat. Quit applying pressure, like, you know what I'm saying, and pushing for these shit, you know what I'm saying? Because like I understand we feel like goddamn we ain't getting no younger, but at the same time, you don't want to rush into no bullshit neither. So just take your time and observe. Take your time and observe. You know what I'm saying? It could be something simple. You can go to the grocery store and see how she interact with the bitch at the cash register, you know what I'm saying, because she taking too long, or how she interact with the lady at the restaurant because the lady got her order wrong, or how she interact with some children, any damn thing. You know, you ain't gonna figure that all out at no damn dinner table on no date. You know what I'm saying? At no skating rink, goddamn, on no date. You figure that shit out over time when you start seeing people in those situations in their natural habitat. That's why I like spending time around people. I ain't got no problem coming to your house to chill, meeting you at the park to chill, coming by your partner house for a domino game, shit like that, this, that, and the third. I ain't got no problem doing all that. You know what I'm saying? I ain't even got no problem with you keeping your cootie cat to yourself. You know what I'm saying? I will try you, and if you give it to me, I will take it. But that's upon you. That's like your decision and shit. You know what I'm saying? But that's not necessarily my.
But she better not keep that buffet to herself, right?
You better know what you're doing. God damn it! If you offer up the buffet, God damn it, it's getting hate. Don't play with me, okay? But that's not like a pressing issue for me. I really don't give a fuck about that shit, you know. But stop pressing and looking for certain shit. You don't get exactly what you're looking for, and it may not be what you want. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying.
You all might be friend zone.
Rock, let's be clear on something, ladies, and let's be clear on this. I hope Rock feels the same way I feel about this. All these dudes that's in y'all inbox that's thirsty for pussy and shit, they probably a nigga that don't get a whole lot of pussy. A nigga who actually get pussy, we don't really worry about having sex with women like that. And that's no disrespect. I'm not saying that me and Rock having a lot of sex either. We just saying that just as much as y'all get offered, we get offered too. So with that being said, sex is not something that just jumps out to us. That ain't something that's gonna make us get into a relationship with you. That ain't gonna be no deal breaker for us. Trust me. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, nah.
No matter how good the coochie is, it ain't never gonna make me be with you. You know,
Nah.
damn if you throw goddess or whatever the fuck they call you, that ain't gonna change my opinion. What I will tell you is this.
You know what?
The only reason why we brought this up is because I've had 3 or 4 women that have talked to me in my inbox, and they keep talking about, you're on the interview with us. You know what I'm saying? We got to make sure you measure up. I've heard so many women say interview. I think you women need to stop and understand what you're saying to yourself. If you're not ready to propose to a man, stop saying that you're having somebody interviewing for something. Because if there's any interview going on, period, it's definitely from him. You're not looking for a helpmate. You're looking for a provider and such more. You're looking for somebody that's above your title. So if they're above your title, you can't be hiring them. Period. I need y'all to understand that. No disrespect to any woman out there. I think that's one of the reasons why a lot of you women are not in relationships now, because you're interviewing for something that you don't have possession to give or possession to take a knee and offer. And you're going out and you're asking all these questions and you're trying to get to know this person. And just like Rock said, as much as you don't understand is, you're giving too much of yourself away, because all you're doing is giving your information away. And he's lining up and telling you everything that you want to hear. And that's why women are complaining about the men that they're getting. Again, stop going out looking for a husband. If y'all, most of y'all are godly, and most of y'all go to church, and y'all always like to recite scripture and everything else. He said, so since we always want to recite, it always says when a man findeth a wife, he findeth a good thing. So that's y'all scriptures. So if that's y'all can't find us. That's our job. So stop saying interview. Stop saying that you're interviewing me. If you're getting to know me, get to know me. But don't interview me like you have a position that you're trying to give me. Because understand, that position is not a position for me. I'm my own man. I have my own title. I have my own position. What I'm looking for is my helpmate. I found her. And now she's got a title with me, which is she's my wife. But she didn't come interviewing me. She didn't come over interviewing me. She didn't ask me all the questions. She got to know me. She got to know the qualities of me before we ever had sex and all that extra stuff. Because that's the thing. That's it. You allow a man to tell you X, Y, and Z so he can get to the P, which is crazy. And that's the truth. That's what men are doing. So that's what y'all think. But the question is, are the men wrong because you sit down and you volunteer all the information they need to know? If you're having a conversation with him, you're telling him just as the things that you like, just as much as he's telling you the things that he likes. So all he got to do is line up to this character that he needs you to be, so that way he can get to that piece. Again, I'm not telling you that you shouldn't be waiting on a husband, because at the end of the day, you are waiting on a husband. But when he finds you, you'll know it. He'll be into you. There won't be no question. You won't have to ask it.
You're looking at Crystal right now.
I was dating multiple women. No matter how much I was dating multiple women, everybody seen when Crystal became relevant. Everybody seen it. It was way before we got together. Months before that. Everybody seen it. All my crew seen it. Everybody that was around me. Everybody talked. They seen it. Because at the end of the day, you're not going to disregard the qualities that you truly need and what they showing you, what they have shown you. Not what Lipson said, but what they actually show you.
Hey, look.
Again, I'm not. Go ahead.
I don't mean to interrupt, but y'all be smooth, man. I will get back with y'all in a few minutes. I'm gonna message y'all in a few minutes, but I gotta jump off.
All right.
All right.
Y'all, like I said, we good, Rock. I'll hit you in a minute. Check on you. But again, I'm not knocking what y'all saying. I want y'all to check out the dude and make sure that he's everything that's supposed to line up with you. But stop trying to get him to line up before you line up with him. Make sure that you're going to line up with him. If he doesn't see wifey qualities in you, if he doesn't expect for you to be his wifey, he won't show you them qualities. He won't show you. He won't be into you. He won't be. The chase is on now. He won't. But if it's a man that's truly dating you to find out about you, give him time. Again, y'all say, are we going to lead the conversation? Are we going to lead it? Again, you can't say how we're supposed to lead it. Some men don't have to have a lot of conversation to know if you're wifey material for him or not, to know if he can continue to date you or not. He doesn't have to, because we look at certain things, like Rock said. We look to see if you're taking pictures on your camera about the phone that we're eating. We looking to see if you got mad because it was late with your food. We those are certain qualities that y'all don't think we're paying attention to, but we are. A hood nigga from the streets that like to get batty, he gonna want that girl. Nigga, you better get my food right. He gonna want her. But most men that has quality, he want to see if she can bite her tongue and be able to, accept it and handle it in a professional way that's still gonna get a result that we can be satisfied with. I mean, that's just being honest. So all I can tell y'all is I'm not perfect, and I'm not telling you my way is better than anybody's way. I'm not telling you that my opinion is better than anybody else's opinion. You do it however you want to do it. But what I will tell you is, if you think about it, though, if you really think logic behind it, if you're not ready to propose to a man, and no matter what reason it might be, she did give a great reason, but a man might not say yes to it, but a woman might not say yes when we propose, the same thing. You know what I'm saying? But whatever the reason, if you're not ready to propose, you don't have a position that we're applying for. We're not applying for no position with you. We either have a position open, and we're a company worth going to work for. Either we're a Fortune 500 company or we ain't. Period. Point one. You have to make us measure up. We might even be a small business owner, and I'm not talking about small business owner about money, financial. I just mean just as a whole. We don't have to be a Fortune 500 company. We might be a small business owner. Just has it together. You know what I'm saying? But whoever we're hiring for, we want that person to be able to come in and do the things that we need to be our helpmate. That's what men are looking for. I know a real man is looking for a helpmate. You know what I'm saying? I'm not knocking women, because I know there's a lot of women out here that has qualities of wifey material. Not wifey material for me, though, for somebody else, because the things that they need is different than the things that I need. So again, we love hanging with y'all for the last hour and 54 minutes. This Misfit, me, Suave, Rock, everybody, we want to tell y'all thank y'all for going on 2 years next month. 2 years next month. The end of next month is 2 years. The end of next month makes 2 years officially. We've been on this having fun, talking. again, our opinions are opinions, y'all. A lot of y'all come to me and y'all go off on me about a lot of bullshit that it doesn't really affect me. Whether y'all think it does or not, it doesn't make me upset. It makes me laugh because whether you like it or not, it shows exactly what we say every day on the show. Y'all don't listen to the fact that these are our opinions and we're not perfect. So understand, my opinion might not line up with yours, and that's okay. I respect yours too. You know what I'm saying? Because I understand there are some deadbeat ass niggas out there. But please, let's just respect each other. I do want us to get to better relationships. I think every one of our people that's on our panel wants to see better, healthy relationships. So if anybody thinks we don't, I apologize. But we do. But we do got to get through all the bullshit before we get to healthy. Good night.